For thousands of years, humanity believed that life was a divine breath, a sacred gift granted only by God. But in the dark heart of the 17th century, a terrifying transformation began in the secret workshops of Europe. Brilliant blacksmiths and mathematicians began to create machines that could mimic life itself. Using nothing but brass, iron, and complex interlocking gears, they built creatures that could move, breathe, and act without a human soul. Welcome to Chronicles of Wisdom, where tonight we uncover the forbidden history of the first robots and how they terrified the world. These early inventors were not just engineers, they were viewed as modern sorcerers. Working in total secrecy behind locked doors, they obsessed over a single, dangerous question. If the universe operates like a massive, predictable clock, then can the human body be replicated as a machine? With every gear they carved, they moved closer to stepping into the territory of God, creating an artificial reflection of humanity. The powerful church immediately recognized a catastrophic threat. If a mechanical machine made of simple metal gears could simulate human intelligence, then what made the human soul special? The religious authorities feared that these automatons would prove the universe was purely materialistic, destroying the very concept of divine creation and spiritual salvation. The powerful church immediately recognized a catastrophic threat. If a mechanical machine made of simple metal gears could simulate human intelligence, then what made the human soul special? The religious authorities feared that these automatons would prove the universe was purely materialistic, destroying the very concept of divine creation and spiritual salvation. The Vatican quietly launched a hidden war against the clockwork masters. Injunctions were written, and inventors were closely monitored by spies. Creating an automaton that looked too human was officially labeled as a heretical sin. The church claimed that by breathing mechanical life into dead metal, these scientists were trying to build an army of soulless demons. In a strange twist of irony, some inventors tried to appease the church by creating religious automatons. One of the most famous was a mechanical monk built in the 1500s. It could walk across a table, beat its chest in prayer, and raise a crucifix. But instead of comforting the priests, this iron monk terrified them even more, proving that even holy devotion could be automated by cold machinery. By the 18th century, masters like Jacques de Vaucanson pushed the boundaries even further. He created a life-sized mechanical flute player that didn't just use a music box. It actually breathed real air through its mechanical lungs and used flexible gold foil fingers to play the notes perfectly. The barrier between biological life and mechanical artifice had completely dissolved. The great philosopher René Descartes became obsessed with these machines. He advanced a radical, dangerous philosophy that animals, and even the human body, were nothing more than highly complex organic automatons. This idea sent shockwaves through European theology. If the body was just a machine, then the soul was merely a ghost trapped inside a clockwork frame. A dark legend claims that Descartes built a lifelike mechanical doll named Francine, which he carried with him on a ship journey. When the ship's captain discovered the moving mechanical child hidden inside a wooden crate, he became so terrified by its unnatural movements that he threw it overboard, believing the automaton was a cursed object carrying a demonic sea plague. In hidden trials across Spain and Italy, the Inquisition began seizing these clockwork masterpieces. Dozens of highly advanced automatons were condemned to the flames, smashed into pieces, or melted down into raw metal. The church wanted to erase any physical proof that human behavior could be reduced to a series of mathematical gears and springs. Despite the terrifying threat of the Inquisition, the forbidden science of clockwork could not be stopped. Survival meant going completely underground. Secret networks of European scholars began smuggling hidden archives across borders. These books contained advanced mechanics, complex gear ratios, and forbidden anatomic drawings that treated the human heart as nothing more than a mechanical pump. The ultimate breakthrough came with the creation of The Writer, a masterpiece built by the Jacquet-Droz family. It was a mechanical boy containing a massive inner clockwork brain. When wound up, its dark brass fingers dipped a pen in ink and wrote full sentences. The machine could even pause, look down at its work, and blow the dust off the fresh ink, mimicking human thought. As the years passed, these mechanical creations moved from hidden workshops into the grand palaces of kings and queens. Royalty paid massive fortunes to witness these soulless marvels. But the underlying tension never truly faded. Every smile in the royal court masked a deep, unyielding fear that humanity was slowly being replaced by its own creation. Then came the Turk, a legendary mechanical illusion that defeated world leaders at chess, including Napoleon Bonaparte and Benjamin Franklin. Though it secretly hid a human master inside, the illusion alone shattered the public consciousness. It proved that the world was desperate to believe that machines could outsmart the human brain. Terrified by the cultural shift, the Church made its final move. They systematically banned the public display of advanced automatons. The finest mechanical minds of the century were locked away in silent monastery vaults, left to rot in darkness. The Vatican hoped that by burying the machines, they could save the human soul from obsolescence. But the philosophical damage was already permanent. The age of clockwork had planted a dangerous seed in human history. It birthed the concept of mechanical materialism. If the universe, nature, and the human body were just beautifully engineered machines, then perhaps God was not a father, but the ultimate detached clockmaker. We believe that the panic over artificial intelligence is a modern phenomenon born in Silicon Valley. But the truth is, the war for the human soul began centuries ago with the ticking of a brass gear. The digital algorithms we fear today are the direct descendants of those early clockwork monsters that defied the Church and challenged creation. We believe that the panic over artificial intelligence is a modern phenomenon born in Silicon Valley. But the truth is, the war for the human soul began centuries ago with the ticking of a brass gear. The digital algorithms we fear today are the direct descendants of those early clockwork monsters that defied the Church and challenged creation. The brilliant masters who built these automatons took their most advanced secrets to the grave, dying in poverty or exile. They left behind a world that was forever changed, forcing humanity to look into the hollow metal face of a machine and wonder if we are truly unique, or just flesh and bone clockwork waiting to run out of time. Are we the masters of our machines, or are we just automated constructs playing out a pre-written cosmic script? The gears continue to turn, and the mechanical soul ticks on. Thank you for watching Chronicles of Wisdom. If you dared to look into the clockwork dark tonight, hit subscribe, leave a like, and tell us your thoughts in the comments below.